So I was going to answer a question that I've gotten a lot. It is probably the top question that I have gotten, and I have gotten it actually since the show very first came out. And that question is, how did we get picked up on the show in the first place? So the answer to that is, it's a pretty simple one, really. I'm going to make it a really short story because it's actually a little bit longer. So basically, in the area in Alaska we lived, we were known for living a little bit further out than most people did. We were known for having a super large family with like lots of dogs and stuff. And we were actually nicknamed the Wilderness Family by some of the locals in one of the areas where we lived for a little while. So when these guys were looking to like make a show, they were looking to make a show about a large Alaskan family. And so one of the ways that they went about doing that was to call the harbor masters. Like they'd call up the harbors back in Alaska, like in Juneau and places like that. And they asked the harbors, they're like, hey, are there any large families that live out, like way out in the bush? And obviously, we weren't the only family that lived like that, but we did come up, and the harbor masters did mention us to them. Honestly, when the harbor masters told us that, we were like, oh, okay, cool. And we never actually talked to anybody or anything like that. So when we were trying to promote our dad's children's stories, Dad wrote a ton of stories. He had written over 60 children's stories, and he wrote some that were for like older kids as well. Dad was a magnificent storyteller, and still to this day, I would love to get all his works out there. But that's one of the original reasons we actually went down south, was even to try to the lower 48, was to try to promote Dad's stories. So in doing that, we ended up creating a website. By we, I actually mean BAM. So BAM would spend hours. He'd walk to our library. He had to learn everything about it. And then eventually we got a website made, as well as uploading a few like YouTube videos a long time ago about like how to start a fire and things like that. And so the production people saw them and contacted us through the website and asked if we would be interested in, filming a show about the way we lived. And we were pretty skeptical at first, honestly. We were like, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do it, sure. And they're like, okay, we're gonna come out in like 2-3 months. And we're like, all right, we'll see you there. Not thinking anyone's having the show, obviously. Well, sure enough, these film crew, they show up. We talked a lot, and they ended up shooting like some interviews with us and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, we'll see you in another 3 months. And I guess that what we shot did good, and they ended up coming back, and we ended up filming, and that's how we originally got picked up. And that was the short story, guys. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following my family for so long.